Hi everybody, this is a video about ableism. For those unaware, ableism refers to prejudice and or discrimination toward people with disabilities, either mental or physical. Ableism comes in a number of forms. Perhaps one of the most obvious is barefaced mockery and insensitivity toward the disabled, such as this clip of comedienne Joan Rivers.
I hate children. The only child that I think I would have liked ever was Helen Keller, because she didn't talk. It is just...
It's very funny.
Yes, it is. And if you don't, then leave.
It's funny if you have a deaf son.
I happen to have a deaf mother. Oh, you stupid ass. Let me tell you what comedy is about.
Go ahead and tell me.
Oh, please. Comedy is to make us laugh. 9/11? If we didn't laugh, where the hell would we all be?
I certainly don't blame the gentleman for walking out. What irks me about Joan Rivers in this clip is she dismisses a genuine campaigner for women's suffrage and the first deaf-blind person to become a Bachelor of the Arts as simply someone who couldn't talk, while simultaneously attempting to glorify her comedy as some sort of invaluable contribution to society, not the cheap and crass entertainment that it is. She even portrays herself as some sort of victim because she was heckled. It is also worthy of note that Helen Keller did eventually learn to speak, and used that ability not to be obnoxious and grossly offensive, but rather to give many a lecture on women's rights, workers' rights, and socialism. Another common form of ableism is slurs. An ableist slur can either be a remark that is offensive to people with disabilities, either when it is directed at them or when it is directed at those without disabilities. In the former instance, the slur may offend because it is an overly colloquial and or inaccurate and or outdated description of their disability. In the latter instance, the slur offends because its intent is to compare someone without said disability to someone with said disability, thus implying that the disability makes a person inferior. Words such as retard, spastic, and mong are common examples of ableist slurs that are popular in everyday conversation, particularly on the internet. All three of these words at one point were used in an official capacity to describe people with learning difficulties, cerebral palsy, and Down syndrome respectively, though due to their appropriation as insults in colloquial speak, they are no longer used by the medical community. UK charity, the National Spastic Society, for example, changed its name to Scope in 1994. The word Mong is both ableist and racist due to the fact it was originally used to refer to people with Down syndrome due to a perceived resemblance they bore to Mongolians. People who use these sorts of slurs may often defend their behaviour by arguing that they no longer hold the same meaning they once did. However, this argument fails to hold water in the case of popular culture references, such as the line, "You went full retard," from the 2008 movie Tropic Thunder. In the context of the movie, the word is being used in its original meaning, whereas when quoted, it is being used in this supposedly modern meaning. So far from proving their point, it does the opposite and debunks it. I would also argue that this is evidence that such terminology occupies a state of hybridity, maintaining both its traditional meaning and its modern meaning. I would further and more importantly argue that those with disabilities should certainly not feel obliged to bear with the rest of us while we work through this hybridity. This is a matter of particular concern because even those who profess to support social justice are often guilty of using ableist slurs. As a staunch advocate of taking an intersectional approach to social, political issues, I urge people to remove these words from their vocabulary. So, as a society, we can move forwards, not sideways. Thanks for watching.